Hello guys, so today we'll be looking at a question which basically talks about finding the number of routes, okay, connecting two points where you have a rectangular grid sort of. The grid represents the roads connecting the different points, okay. So if you look at this question here, it says that in this plan of a town, the streets are all at right angles, so it's a rectangular grid, and it says that there's a rectangular park situated in the town with a diagonal road passing through it. So this is that park that we are talking of, okay. And there is also another region which is prohibited, so that's the prohibited region D. So that's the prohibited region D here, and that's your park here, okay. So the question is talking about you having to travel from, so if you look at the first question, you are having to travel from point A to point B taking the shortest path, okay. So how do we do it, okay? So before we start doing this question, so let us understand the idea briefly, okay. How do we approach such a question? So let's take a smaller grid, okay. So we have a, let's say, rectangular grid like this again, and let us say there are only some few connections like this, okay. Let's just assume they're equal gaps, okay. Now let's say that you need to travel from this point to this point, or any other point, let us say to travel to this point, say, okay, using the shortest route, okay. So when I'm talking of the shortest route, what is implied is you are not going to go all the way and then turn back, right? Because that way you are increasing the length of the route, right? Nor would you keep going in circles, right? If you keep doing that, then the length of the path keeps increasing. So to use the shortest route concept, what we are going to do is we will only go to the right and we'll only travel downwards, and that will ensure that we have taken the least possible route, okay. So we are only going to travel this direction and this direction from the starting point. So now if I have to travel, then how can we go? So look, there are 1 2 3 horizontal steps, let's call that H, and there are 4 vertical steps, right? Let's call those V. So there are 3 H steps and 4 V steps, right? Now if I, let's say, write them down like this, what I'm doing is I'm going 3 horizontal and then 4 vertical and reaching it. So this is my route. If I change a V and a H, for example, I do that here, then what is happening is I'm going 2 horizontal, then a vertical, then a horizontal, and then 3 vertical. This is a route that I've got. If I, let's say, do completely some different arrangement like this, so I've got 2 vertical, 2 horizontal, 1 vertical, 1 horizontal, 1 vertical. So every time I'm keeping on changing these letters, position of the letters, I am generating a new route every time. So what is effectively happening is arrangement. So basically, if I keep arranging the letters, arrange the letters, that creates new routes, right? So finding the roots is just a question of finding the arrangements. So we know that there are 7 letters, so the number of arrangements is simply 7 factorial divided by 3 of them are identical, 3 factorial, 4 of the v's are identical, 4 factorial, or in other words 7c3, okay, which if you calculate will come to 35. So basically there are 35 possible routes in this diagram. Now, let us look at the same question, but we do a different approach, okay? So let me just remove the blue lines, okay? We'll do it in a different approach. We'll actually count the routes but we won't, without tracing the roots. Okay, so we won't be tracing out the roots. Okay, so there's a different way in which we can count. So let me discuss that. So let's starting from the point where you have, so here, and we have to reach this point, right? So first let's reach this point. In how many ways? We can reach this in only one way, right? We go straight. If I have to reach this, that also is in one way, because the shortest route will be to just come straight from the starting point. Here it's also just one way, right? This position here, if I have to reach, that's one way again. And so are all of these. Okay. Now let's try to figure out how to reach here. So this point is a connection of this and this. So the two nodes from which you reach that point, add up the values of those two nodes. So the node on top is 1, the node below is 1, so they add up to 2. Check, there are two routes, 1 and 2. Okay. And similarly, if I want to find this, then it connects this one and this one. So 2 and 1 add up, they're 3. So verify there are 3 routes or not. 1, 2, and 3. So there are 3 routes connecting these 2 points. So now let's go on in this manner. So this position would be 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 1, 5, again 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 5 is 15, 3 plus 1 is 4, 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 10 is 20, 20 plus 15 is 35. So see, we have got the same answer, 35 possible ways of reaching that point without using permutation combination, and it's a very simple way of counting also. All right. This method specifically is useful in cases where parts of the track, let's say, are closed or you cannot use those tracks and stuff. So let's try a variation, okay, where I say that this portion of the track is closed. Let us say this portion of this is closed, so you cannot really enter inside, though you can travel along the border. Okay, along the outside is fine, you can't enter inside this region. Now how many routes will you have? So here it would be slightly difficult to do it using permutation combination, because we need to figure out at how many points we will be able to enter this route and how many ways we will be able to exit this position, this block. Okay, so in how many ways can you enter this? So you can enter through here, you can enter through here, you can exit through this point, you can exit through this point. So counting all that would be complicated, so it's a simple way, we'll count as we had discussed. So let's see how that goes. So this is 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, doesn't change anything, that's 3, that's 4. We're not interested in the last part, right? So now if I have to reach this point, you can only come from here, there is no other way, because there is nothing here, right? So this remains 4, and then this point then is 5 plus 4, so that's 9. Okay, now this point again, you can only come down from here, there is no other way, so that's still 4. And what about this? This is this or this, right? There are 2 connections. So 4 plus 4, that's 8. And therefore this is 9 plus 8, so 17. So there are 17 routes now connecting those 2 points where the middle region has been blocked out and you cannot enter that portion. Now, once this is done, so let's now quickly answer the question. So this question has come in CAD. It has also come in GMAT. Okay, so it's a pretty standard concept. So the shortest route connecting A to B, okay, obviously I would try to reach this point, then take the diagonal path, reach here, and then go to B. Okay, so I would definitely try to go to X, then X to Y, and then Y to B. Why? Because if I go along XY, then I save distance where I don't have to travel along the sides like this. Sum of two sides would be greater than the third side, right? So xy is shorter that way. So in how many ways can I go from a to x? So a to x. So there are two horizontal and two vertical. 4 factorial by 2 factorial, 2 factorial. So that's 6. X to y is one way. We will use the diagonal straight away. And y to b, there are 4 horizontal and 2 vertical, total 6. So this is basically 15. So I would be going from a to x and x to y and y to b. So you'll be just multiplying those out. 6 times 1 times 15. So the answer is 90. So that's your fourth option. Right. Now the next part of the question is saying that you have to, like, you have reached b, okay, but you have to now go to c via b. That means from b now you go to c, okay. So when you are going to C, obviously we will be focusing only on this part of the grid. We will not go any more to the left because I have to just reach C, right? And the shortest path. Okay. So I see that one portion of that is blocked. So it makes sense to use the counting process. So we'll quickly count 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. And that's 1 and 1. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's 3 plus 3, 6 plus 4 is 10. Doesn't make a difference. Okay, anyways, not going here, right? Because this point, if you want to reach, you can only go from here. So no other alternative. So 6. And then this point is 6 plus 7. That's 13. Okay. So that means when I have to go to C from B, so A to B and B to C. A to B I already know is 90 and B to C I now know is 13. So 90 times 13 is 1170. So that's the answer for the second. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching.